Good morning. Hope we're all well. Damn it. Okay. I think I solved it. Yep. Oh, lovely. Hello. It's been a while, has it not? So long, in fact. My microphone is now cycling through colours, and it's been so long. I have no idea what the name of the software is. Oh, come on, streamer bots. Streamer bots? I'm just connected to you. Why are you being an arse? Look, it's there. Ugh. Yeah, it's been ages. I have no idea what I'm doing. But look. Here I am. Oh, whew. Did it even switch? Aha, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, spreadsheets. Well, you know. Let's see. HyperX. What's it called? Fuck off, Norton. Ingenuity. Apps. Blech. There we go. Now that it's open, now my microphone is purple. Purple? Can't even see it. Yeah. It's invisible. That means I can go invisible. Aha, I can. Aha. Alright. Fine. So, purpose of this stream, ease myself back into it. It's been ages. It's been over 6 months. July, apparently. On what has happened? What has changed in all that time? Well, now I've got stupid coloured flip-flop shadies, which have got this massive thing here, which is an attempt to stop me getting migraine from bright lights. So, make me look geeky. I do stuff like even better. And all my setup is changed. Whether I need to stick a filter on here so it's not my deep breathing. Noise suppression is on. Maybe the gain. It can pick up my breathing more than anything else. Great. Maybe drop that down a couple of decibels, and we'll see how we go. Right. As I said, it's been a while. How can I summarise what we've done? I released the 3rd chapter of A-Spec First Assault. And then lots of bug fixes and a lot of everything else outside of game development. So progress is very slow, slower than I'd like, but progress nonetheless. And that's all to do with life issues and all that crap. Now, at the minute, I've created a new table for missile launchers, and this table is gonna do the same thing with what we did in the other sheets, like projectile guns. Gonna help us figure out stuff and work out costs for fitting and prestige and all other values, and we get to tweak it. Captain B Money, hello. You bought A-Spec and Absolute, and you put them in the same category called Digitum Software. Nice, thank you. I hope you'll get round to play them. Oh, I hope you enjoy. And if you do, either way, well, get to play it. Don't forget to leave a review. Give me an honest one. And if there's any bugs you come across, let me know. Because no one tells me about bugs. They just say, no, not for me, it's buggy. I'm not going to tell you what the bugs are. Blech. Yeah, you're watching me for a while, haven't you? Baby steps, yeah. Still feel more infant step now, maybe. It's come along since I last streamed, but yeah, I digress. We're working on missiles. I can't remember if I implemented a rocket in the last update, and if I did, only the player could use them. However, I've now expanded that in line with other weapons. We've got different sizes for the rockets, and also using salvos, because just allowing any ship to fire off rockets without any delays is a good way to kill your frame rate. Currently. So until I get to figure out how to improve the performance in that area, we're using salvos, but I think it's even better. So we've got salvos for rockets, unguided munitions, we've got torpedoes, which are single drops, more powerful, but not very good trying to punch above your weight, which I think is the whole purpose. You don't want player to feel like they're dominating the battlefield against big ships. I want them to feel the struggle and the need of support behind them. And more of a supportive role to help those bigger ships take down those on the same level of them. And then the MLRS, I'm renaming to the MS for the moment in the spreadsheet. Multi-launch missiles, and same as the MLRS you saw before, but now broken down in categories and various values that I've now started using, including base force from explosion forces and better prestige and fitting point costs that I've been tweaking yesterday. Are they going to be extra weight or become part of the exterior ship? I thought about it. I don't know yet. I think it makes sense for large ships to keep it interior. And if I made them exterior on smaller ships, you wouldn't see them. Really, unless they got right up in your face. because all the scales are a bit too realistic. Yeah. And yeah, you're only potentially going to see it for a split second if they get close to the camera, like a fighter or a gunship. Otherwise, you're not going to see those munitions. So currently, they're considered internal, and they just magically appear when they launch, pretty much like every video game. And then maybe I'll get to the point where you can add an actual physical launcher object, so you can see where they're being fired from, rather than some random point on the ship, like the guns. So you can see the main guns, and you see them move and twizzle. Just want to have launchers have their own launcher model, but that is not a priority. Priority is content. So once I've got these missiles added, and hopefully maybe a variant for subsystems, then I can start working on Chapter 4 and maybe get that out quicker than I ever did on Chapter 3. Since I spent a lot of work on Chapter 3 and I've no idea if anyone's experienced the different events you can trigger based on how you play. So I will keep that in, but I need to link it all up as well. See if I can have events from previous chapters sort of bleed through towards the end and have some difference on the ending. I'm in two minds of what that ending is going to be at the moment. So I've got two plans. Which one I'll go for, I don't know. It's charging already. What's the charging port? There it is. Get myself wired in. Something's charging. No. What he charged? Yeah, it makes sense. Big warships, a lot of ships. They have, well, warships in real life. They've got all their stuff internal anyway, so it just makes it easier on that regard. What are your thoughts for procedural generated events? What do you mean? Procedurally generated events? Because those side missions are sort of it's supposed to be. That's my first attempt at procedurally generated events. It's just a bunch of random side missions. Well, it's a bunch of side missions that the game chooses from a pool, a list, and then randomly chooses a preset spawn. That's what those side missions are. It's exactly as it described. So open space where anything can happen, like killing a single fighter, surviving a war going on in a pocket space. So yeah, that's what those side ones are. I don't know about killing a single fighter because that'd be very boring. Where you've like, 20-second combat, killed a fighter, and I've got 50 prestige for it. No, thank you. So more different encounters. So we've got, see if I can remember, a scout. So you go to a location and scan that area of empty space with an enemy, and then I can't remember if I changed it, but you could then just do the primary objective and then complete the mission, or you optionally deal with the hostile in the area. And then we've got standard, like, what was it, distress calls. So you've got like a scroll from a ship who's under attack, and then another distress call variation, where you've got to do a bit of searching. So the plan is to have like a template and then create some variations of those template formats and randomize what will appear in it. Try and make some changes that way. So it's more hand designed rather than like procedural engine, go do create something and knock something up sort of thing, where it's just random encounters, which is pointless. This is trying to put more purpose behind the chapter you're in. That makes sense. That's the that's the intention. Whether or not I'll reach that intention and its fully formed ideas, I don't know. But I've got at least 10 months to 16 months to finish off A-Spec that time. That's where my estimation is on that timeline of getting it completed. As it's already been out a year in early access, and I said a year to year and a half. So now it'll just be slightly over 2 years, 2.5 years, without dragging it on further. But yeah, that's... Don't know if that's exactly as you were thinking of procedural generation, but it's something like that. Because it's not like an open world experience, is it? You are thrown into an encounter of some sort, and then depending on that mission, it's either a single zone instance or you autopilot to a different level within that mission, and then that's it. You're back to the campaign screen, ready to choose your next mission. So I won't be having it like open world in this one. I'd like to make steps towards getting to it. Like if you've ever played Star Trek Starfleet Command series by Toldrin back in the 90s and noughties, maybe, like Orion Pirates. So you had like the Star Trek tabletop battles, I think it was based on. So you've got a grid, you can move around that grid, and you've got encounters. So that's what I've sort of got in the front end, just not that map to move around and get random encounters. Will it be getting a workshop? Like, absolute. Depends whether I want to release that level editor. Because looking at Absolute Territory, no one has uploaded anything to the workshop, and I would expect the exact same thing with this one, because maybe it's just too complex, and it is mostly a tool to help me create those missions and would require a lot of work to try and make more friendly and, you know, polish it make it more user friendly, etc. And that would take probably a good 6 months on its own to improve that. Because when I'm using it, I find it very frustrating, given how I've created it. Just in certain things and aspects it does. And features I would like to add as well. So while it's a good tool for me to create missions, I think as it stands, I don't want to be releasing it in a workshop. I would like to add modding in certain ways, but I don't know how just yet. Might just have to get A-Spec completed and then decide what I'm doing next. There are some certain things I would love to do in the level editor, which will make it much easier for me and other people to use, but that's going to require a lot of effort to get it done. Like, yeah, months of work to improve it. So if it's going to happen, it's going to first happen to make my life easier, and then I also need to decide how would I extend that into making it sort of more open worldish, like Rebel Galaxy Outline, where that is sort of pretends to be open world, or is open world now, because you can use the warp drive instead of the autopilot to get from one place to another, and your autopilot can be interrupted by encounters. So lots of things to think about, lots of stuff on my to-do list, lots of stuff on my features I would love to add. It's just going to take time. So I'd just like to get this game released before then. People want content. And I do not know what content people want, really. You know, not the niche of the niche, but the majority of those who like that niche. And the feeling is, yeah, we need more story-based missions. And I also felt we needed a bit more weaponry. So now this is why I'm adding missiles. And at that point, once I've added these missiles, it's like, we'll hold off adding any more equipment and start focusing on the story again, and then see what I might need to add to help emphasize upon the story for the player. And look at it that way, see how the story is going to develop. And already we're going to have a cruiser for the player faction and a battle cruiser for the player faction. So we've got a fleet sort of mirrored for each other to handle, and not to be one-upped by the other faction. So we've got a bit of parity across the two factions, while the enemy faction does have more heavier ships like the frigates, are slow moving, and the player has corvettes which are faster and they're a little bit more agile. And when we get up to the bigger things, then that's where the player's corvette's going to shine a bit more, to be a bit more versatile, I hope. Right, let's move that over there. Now's the fun part. going to have to create all the data for these missiles. Effectively bringing in values from the spreadsheet into that. That'd be great if it had an import tool that would do that for me, but I'm still figuring out the format for this, so it'll just be a waste of time to do that. Copy that. I've also added stuff like release conditions, which I'm finding is rather pointless, having it the way I've defined when I'm using a scriptable object, because we're just going to have a great deal of different scriptable objects for each missile, rather than just put the value in there directly, since it's already in a scriptable object. So I think I went a bit overboard with that. What? Did I already copy that? Oh no. This is the most tedious part. So many numbers lying around on the screen to try and keep everything. We got a damageable. See. So that's our launch missile info. Is that one? No. That's this one. Which now needs to be that one. And then already using that one. You have different sizes and rack sizes, I guess. So we've got the fitting slots, small, medium, large, and then we've got rack sizes, which is the number of salvos or volleys that get released per salvo. That means I need a reminder. We got rocket, the. We'll go LS dip. Actually, for the damageable, we don't need to do that. Not for the launch, yeah. We got into the same place here now. Dirt. So info. Damageable. That's what that is. Yes. Okay. That's what you are. And then, yeah. So now back to that, and those are the 3 panels we need. And this is just the configuration values of the launcher. So first of all, how do I want it displayed? In effect, for this one, we're going to have, is it, yeah, 4 salvos. So no matter, I wonder if that make any difference. Reload. 2. One thing I've decided is lock-on time is no longer going to be a thing for seeking missiles. So it's all based on reload time, and everything just immediately locks on. If it's within range. Because I'm a bit annoyed with the lock-on bleeping every time we switch targets, especially against small ships that go down quickly. It's a bit irritating for me. So it's like, I'll just remove it. No more lock-on time. Yeah, changing masses and stuff. What is this? Oh, I'm gonna mess around with the lock-on ranges. There. You know what? There. Keep secret. Does this even use it? It does. Oh, I might have also improved missile seeking. Not 100% improved, but it should be better. Because it was using the current speed of the missile to predict where the target would be, so where it should aim for. Nope, that's wrong. What was it doing? Shazbot. Can't remember what it was doing. Come on, I just need to edit any scripts. Sure, I've got it open still. That's steering, yes. So it was using the current speed, despite that saying engine max speed. I made a boo-boo. Yeah. So it was doing the same thing. Primary speed. Guess that should be max speed. So it was using the current speed to predict where it should be against the target. Now if the missile has missed and it's turning around, then it has to accelerate back up, and that's probably throwing off its accuracy a bit on the approach to the target. So now it's always going to say, like, this is my max speed, this is where I need to point at to get to it. So it should be a bit smoother. But then I reckon we still need to fine tune that a bit, like range before start, predicting where it's going to go. Because if it's a long distance away, it'll be trying to aim far ahead, or it should more go straight towards it. So we'll launch it. It will go towards the target, and then when it gets within a particular range, it will start trying to lead to hit the target, and then at a particular point, I'm going to have to turn that off. So then it'll just hit the target, rather than trying to predict where the target would be, when it potentially could just hit the target where it currently is, because we're close enough to hit it. I need to sort that out based on the size of the target, rather than just some magic number. Because the bigger the ship, it's not going to work as good, but then it will get to a point where it's like, well, it's not going to make a difference. Oh, this is a super fast ship, which is really big. Now we've got a damage roll, which is that. And then, excuse me. I'm just going to take a quick break, as we're going to be starting shortly. Just need to sort my nose out since it's stopping me breathing. be right back. Come straight back for the ads. Rubbish. Rubbish. Ads. Absolutely. Forward. Stretch. Oh, crack. Hidden the YouTube stuff. Nope. Nothing there. Good. If you're watching, hello. I try to keep an eye on chat. No, I'm not very good at it. Yeah. Ever watched ReZero, the anime? Thought it was good, but now it's, I just realised it's a lot of talking. Like, let's say the show lasts 20 minutes, so it's like 19 minutes of talking and 1 minute of copious death and carnage and destruction. Pretty much. We're back. I read a study. Well, I didn't read a study, but the news told me about a study. Drinking coffee in the morning before 12 reduces the risk of heart disease. So after not drinking coffee for about a year, started drinking coffee in the morning. Well, it's only in the morning because it says come the afternoon there's no actual noticeable benefits going on from them. So they have people who just drunk coffee in the morning and then those in the afternoon. However, if those in the morning drank coffee every half an hour and then those who drank coffee later drank it every hour, yeah. Who knows? But it said like, I don't know if it said like more than 1 cup of coffee in the morning really made much of a difference after it. And it was a very large study as well, done over a long period of time. So while I'm sure it's not perfect, it gives a reasonable contrast. Unless there's some other hidden factor, who knows? So yeah, I get to drink coffee now, in the morning. And then I'll switch to tea in the afternoon. I don't notice, so I drink less tea anyway now, in the afternoon. So maybe I've still been addicted to caffeine all this time, by switching to tea. Okay, 1 hour, and we got 1 missile launcher done. Or is it even done? Reload time, yeah, we did that. So 100 mash, keep that going. One time is 0. How much detail? Don't want to go with all that. There's just so much stuff. I'll just get the basic stuff in, get it functional, and then we'll start. And fine tuning. As these values are probably garbage anyway. But generally not too far off. Not massively anyway. It's just a starting foundation for these values. But I was getting Morse code through the headset then, it was just the wire scratching or something. Load time 2. Oh, it's the damage now, isn't it? Let's look at. Right. And this is the best part because we only set this once. These are going to have no penetration. Oh, that's interesting. Have I actually changed the calculation values for that? No. Right, this one, these must have been done. 585. I am doing it on the wrong one. Two, 3, 4, 3, 7. Yep. And then, oh, that'll be back to what it was. That would have been correct. Yeah. Dirt. One second, something's very noisy. washing in the dryer. Oh, the plastic studs hitting the drum. What was I doing? Let's see. That's in the wrong place. Sure it is that. A sharp drop off at the end. Same with that, yeah. Yeah, if I was very clever, I would like have it do something like choose the missile that we've defined and then just slap the script into it, rather than creating an asset for each one manually. But I digress. Got 2 small rockets. That's not good. Unused. Which one is that? Very small. I'd have to be the size of 1. And how big's that going to be? Compared to... same size? Same size. Huh? Just didn't find it because I renamed it. So I got this little tool in Unity, which is really useful, called What Uses This. And it allows you to find out all the connections between game objects and whatnot. So now if I do that again, what uses this? It's now found it. So if you rename anything, then you effectively just need to rebuild it. Other than that, once it's done its first rebuild, it's immediate. So if I do this, what uses this? Whoop, immediately found. Use this. Whoop, immediately found. So it's gone through all the assets and built its little database, I believe. It's very useful. It's on GitHub somewhere. So just type in what uses this. You should find it. Very helpful. Especially when you're trying to remove deprecated assets that are no longer used. Making sure you're removing anything without breaking connections. It's the biggest issue in Unity. Plus it's free. And other tools that try to tidy up your project, I don't trust. And will break things as well. Got to have little quirks and whatnot. Gosh, I'm still on this one. Right, so we're on the first one, so now we should move through quicker. With zero confidence in his abilities. Right, let's do the launches completely. Using the same missile. Oh dear. And a mistake. What a mistake to make. So on my reloads, effectively just increasing the reload time by half a second from the base value. And then when it comes to this, adding 1 second on from the equivalent one in the previous size. That's 3. Have I just looked at the wrong things? 3, 4, 4, 5. 5. And then large, another 5, 2.5. So that should be 3.5. No? Look, 3.5 for 5, so it's 4.5. See what I tell you, there's lots of numbers swirling around. Six, yeah, 6.7. And then because we're throwing in these 50s, then I've just effectively doubled. So there's a slight benefit. Okay, so I don't think I changed anything there. Like I said, too many numbers. Oh, what are you doing, Dan? Too many numbers. My number dyslexia decides to kick in and say, no, you're going to be looking at the wrong row. So this is our 10. We want 40 ammo, 10 volley, 3-second reload. And then we have the 15 variant. Which helps if we rename these at the top. Like that. Multi-launch missile, 10, small. We even need to put the word small in there because we added in ourselves, don't we? So we got 2, 5, 10, 15. 16, 15. Wow, even more bots these days. So we got the launchers. And the launchers are using the correct missile, which is this missile. We set these values up correctly, and it's using if I I'm just going to use these. Why? Because I can. We'll take the rockets. Get stuff renamed properly. Put a folder in here, which is going to be our rockets and missiles and torpedoes. Okay. And all our rockets. Even you. Put that in there. These are our missiles. So throw you in there. And then our torpedoes. There we go. A little bit tidy. This is what I get for trying to name shit in the files. Well, that was large, wasn't it? Yeah. So that's all I need to have it on there. These assets are so tiny, you're not going to see them until they're right up in the camera's face. So we'll just reuse them. Because all you're going to see really is that red glow and a red trail coming off them. And that'll give you a good indication of what type of missile that is. Whether it's just a rocket, it's just fly forward, or it's a seeking one because you can see the tail wiggly whirling around. Excuse me. That small, and then that just means we go boop, and then we look at that, and then we go where's my missile info? Have I got brain damage? Am I doing something really stupid that I've completely forgotten about? I reckon so. Basic. Hello there. How you doing? Because look, this is the missile info. And we're saying use that ordnance pool key. And then we've gone and stuck the missile info in that one. So is it exactly what I just said it was? I bet it is. This is what you get when you forget shit you coded. Alright, let's verify. So we're looking for the prefab ordnance pool key. So we find that because this is what's referencing it, and then this is going to assign the missile info to it. It's looking like it. In it. Base missile info. It's a private value. So that is overriding structure. Yeah. Yeah. How can we verify easily? Alright, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into the rockets and do the A-10. We're doing that one. And it's just saying use that. So therefore, if we just go derp, so it's no longer got that. So we're doing it for any of the hang-ons really now, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see if I've broken it. Oh, it's doing exactly what I'm thinking it should be doing. And then I maybe need to get Odin Inspector to hide that, if it can do that, as to not confuse me in the future. So let's get our battle cruiser and just stick all those rockets on it. Why are you saying you got a small rocket? Right. Put the A-10, but I don't think it made a difference, would it? I don't care about any other weapons, just no reference. For the structure info on you, on structure. Well, that shouldn't matter because that is just me triggering a warning because I do log error. But when it comes to here, structure, base info, that is where it's failing. Oh boy. And structure is what? That should be a missile. And it is a missile. Okay, and we just found another bug that we hidden. So we're trying to get it from a missile before it's even been assigned. No? Well, we're trying to use the base info. And the base info gets assigned when? When we spawn the missile. Okay. So we don't want to spawn the missile. But then we don't want to be changing code all willy-nilly. Let's just uncomment that for a moment. Let's see if it gets us in then. Because I just want to be testing this. We should be doing overrides and whatnot. Did it even save the changes? Okay. Did I not put a 50 in there before? Come back in. Yep, okay. Maybe I just, again, blinked. Okay. Well, thanks for the useless errors there. Substructure. Missile. Okay. How annoying. Well, that might get in the way. Yep. Look at that. Too many errors. Spoil the broth. And the missiles spawn, but now none of the values are initialized. So on a missile, did you even? Base missile info. Yeah, it gets it set there. Right. Where was it? Damn me. Okay. Where did I just change that code? Map exhaust emissions, mission creatable here. There you go. Okay. This should not be using the missile asset. Because the missile asset's going to be a dumb reference. So even though we're passing structure for it, we shouldn't. Well, shouldn't be referencing it beyond that point. This should be now referencing the launcher data. Yeah. Which is this. This information, which is the equivalent of. Now then, let's clear some of this out of the way. It's just confusing things now. We have this in it base info. Does our missile override that? It does. Okay. So why would it call in that in the first place? It's because that's a load of garbage. It's been overridden and inherited from. So it shouldn't have called that. So let's have a look at that error better. Maybe we should actually do it when we can look at it. I've got Visual Studio to pause whenever it encounters an error. Like null references. That's it. So we know this is null. Wow. Looking at structure. Oh, base missile info is null because we've removed it, so that's correct. It's exactly what we said it was. Exactly what we said. Let's find all our references. So what's that one? Okay, that's the player ship. Spawns. spawns, custom spawns, and then nav point spawns. Or nav point spawns. Well placed items in nav point. What have I done there? Okay. And then this. Conditional actions. Right. And then we have this. So we have A's in 4. And then that means we need to get the launcher based. There we go. We have the correct information now. And again, still a bunch of freaking errors. So when you call in there, how deep are we going? What is awakened? The rocket. That's null. There. So maybe that should be called now. On the enable. Or not on the enable, because it'd be enabled at that point, but when it's initialized. No. Bring me back to the line. No. How do I find where the error was? It even says in here, substructure away, da da da. Missile 64 on the awake. Substructure. That's what it's called, the radar profile. The only things we're changing is that and that, honestly. Which is that and that. And nothing else on that regards. Okay. Okay. So a bit of a rework. And the most important stuff isn't going to change. So that is the parent mesh stuff, where it then does what it does. To calculate the bounds for the ship, or whatever the object is, whatever the structure is. That means we don't need to pass that at this point. But we can do that. Just change it from in it. So now we've got this. And passing that. When it comes to on enable, it's refinding everything anyway. Oh, bugger. Does it really need to be doing all this? Every time it's called on enable? Why are we not doing this up here? Because it's all the turrets and stuff. That's what we're forgetting about. I think. But why would we need to do it twice? This code is so old. Oh, look at that. And well, that's me 2 hours of streaming anyway. I suppose we can just get this ticked off. Now, hopefully, at this point, radio contact target, yep, correct order. So we're just going to see if I can get this sorted out, if it's simple enough, and then we'll be done for the day. I've set everything up, so we're now going to pass that in here, and we call on enable. We should have everything set up at that point. Do we though? Another null reference there, and steady stream of nothing. So this is what happens when a null reference occurs. It just gets stuck in a loop. Now where would the first actual null reference appear? Shit. It's all in the wake. Excuse me. This could take forever. Let's unenable. You know what? I'm going to say it's deeply ingrained. And as annoying as it is, could have had this done by now. Just make sure my minor code changes haven't screwed anything over. There you go. Now the missiles fire. I haven't put trails on them, have I not? I guess not. There you go. Look how long it takes to fire off them. I'm even hitting you. Oh yeah, I hit you. Cool. It's very hard to hit though. Literally no aiming. Plus different places. Maybe readjust the angle. I think maybe these missiles need to point at the target if we're pointing over a target. I don't know how it would work. Maybe. Because it's a very wide ship in comparison, you see. Because we're a much bigger ship. Oh no. Missed them all. Okay, at least then. No more errors. I don't know why this unit is giving me that. It's the editor itself. Maybe because I've got something selected. Which has an animation curve. No. It's just what it likes to do. Be awkward. Okay, a little irritating, but now I know what the script is. And if I wanted to change it, it'd require a fair amount of work to adjust it, which could even go deeper than the system interface. So I'm not going to touch that. I'll just do what we're going to do. A prefab for each type of missile, even though it's using the same model, and then just attach the script to it. And then in the future, when I like to do a rework of it, then we can do it then. Alright. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you're wondering what I'm trying to work on, then it's a video game I'm making. Early Access is on Steam. There's a demo. What's the chat number for this? So big. There's a link on YouTube. There's the link on Steam. This is the page. He says. So space combat. So in Corvette warships, we've got damageable quadrants, equipment loadouts, weapon loadouts, different types of turrets and main guns, like artillery, fast-firing cannons, blasters, which are like shotguns, railguns for penetration damage to subsystems, which is also a whole damage modelling system for individual components of your ship. Can take on damage and affects the performance of it. Currently there's about there is 3 chapters for the main story. That's 3 missions apiece. There's a prologue, which is 7 missions long, which acts as a tutorial, so play through the prologue rather than the tutorials. There's a demo for the prologue. And there's been lots of changes as well and improvements, and I've been working on the performance for the last few months, which hopefully will make a difference and show it's more performant. Right, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll stream again within a lot less than 6 months.